Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Paid Search Podcast YouTube channel. Please give us a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and tell your friends about the show. Today, we have a question from Stu, Big Stu in the UK, Stewart. And Stewart writes in a few paragraphs, so we're going to shorten it down. And basically, he loves the show. He loves me. He loves Chris. And Stewart is looking to get back into an agency job after being out of work for some time to take care of his daughter. So the way we're going to phrase this question, Chris, are just things you and I would do if we were approaching agencies in our cities to get a job as an AdWords in-house manager for that agency. Chris, you're very successful. You really don't work for a boss. It's hard to picture you doing that. But put yourself in those shoes. What would be your game plan going there day one, trying to get that agency job?
Okay, so we've got some good tips.
And by the way, technically, are you even the guy to ask? Because if I recall, you're the one who got fired from an agency. Loser.
That's true, but that was not my fault. It's because
I'm just kidding.
It's because it's unfair because I'm mistreated and I'm owed many things. Okay, so
I work from home. It's a very rare thing for me to drive home to my girlfriend. Like drive home because I'm here when she gets home. But those times when I am driving home and she's already here, very often. Not every time, but very often I think about Chris and him driving home that one day early and walking in the house. What are you doing home? I got fired. And Chris, I feel for you. But man, you bounce back better than almost anybody's ever bounced back from being fired. You really showed them,
Well, let's not rub it into Stewart's face here. He's looking for a job, so let's give him some ideas.
I'm impressed by you, Chris.
Okay, it's not about me. Let's talk about Stewart because he needs a job. Stewart, here's how you get your foot in the door and get that resume put at the top of the list. Okay, so here it is. Number one, this one I would say is essential. Get certified on AdWords. At least get your search certification. If you can also get
what do you mean at least? Get all of them. If you're looking for a job, get all of them. You can, dude.
Okay.
That's a big search. Commitment. You can do mobile. You can do general. You can do display. Get on it.
Yeah. Go for it. Get that special 5 certification. That's the gold right there. And make sure that you put that on there. Put that at the very top because this shows. And it just to be clear, certification in AdWords is completely free. It's no longer something you have to pay $50 for. You don't have to have accounts running at the time. Essentially, your knowledge level is all they're looking for. If you can answer the questions and pass with an 80 or above, you're golden. So take all those 5 and get certified. Jason, you got another one for him?
Yeah, the second one is, and I thought this would be pretty cool. A lot of agencies know they need to do AdWords, but they're not really good at it. They don't really feel confident in it. And so if you can watch our Ultimate Management System episode, it's on our homepage of the YouTube channel. It's the main video there. Bring a management system and a management system checklist to the agency. So you're not just helping out by adding one more manager to the team. You're adding a potential to be more organized and not have to be trained. So one of the things people hate about hiring is that they have to spend time and money training someone. But if you can come to the table with your own management checklist, your own new AdWords account setup checklist, and say, look, all I need is a computer. I don't even need a computer. I'll bring a laptop. All I need is a chair and a chair and a place to work, and give me some clients because I know how to manage AdWords accounts. I know how to build them. You can look at my checklist right here. I'll share it with you. And yeah, maybe the first 3 agencies might steal that and, not hire you, but at least one of them is going to be impressed and go, you know what? We're not going to have to train this person. They're going to be able to help us make money from day one. They already know what they're going to do during the week. I think bringing your own management system, or at least showing them that you have one, is a good differentiator when you're trying to get hired.
Yeah, and by the way, these are tips we're giving that require almost no real world experience. Realize that we're talking,
Yeah.
it'd be a whole nother conversation about, like how can you get hired if you have some portfolios and stuff like that. That's not who we're talking to. We're talking to the people that have almost zero experience, trying to get their foot in the door, freshies that are trying to understand how to get a job with an agency to get started. These are the tips that we're talking about here. So Jason, I'm going to let you take this last one, and then you can take it out from there. Because you had a very interesting story you wanted to share about this last tip on what might get you that final hook to get into your new agency.
I've got a couple more, and when I did SEO at an agency, they brought in another person to do SEO with me, and that person really, really impressed the agency owner, the boss, by bringing a tool with them to the table. So they were saying, hey, not only am I going to do good SEO performance for you, but I have a skill set in this tool that you need to buy for the agency, but it's going to help us be even more efficient. So if you can master something like Optimizer and bring a skill set in Optimizer to the table, or any other kind of AdWords tool, but that would be one I would recommend, bring that tool to the table, to the agency, and be like, look, this is a really good tool that I use to manage campaigns. I have a skill set here and I can train people. And I think you should try it out as an agency. Because at least the one agency I worked for, Chris, the boss was always very open to try new tools and getting more efficient. And he was impressed that this person had a tool that it impressed him. So the final thing is, and this is kind of a clincher, if you can go sign up a client yourself, even if you're going to offer them the first 2 months for free, even if you're going to quote them a really low amount and much less than the agency would charge for other clients, if you can bring a client to the agency and be like, look, I have these two clients that I've gone and hustled up myself. I'll bring them to you and give them to you if you just let me manage them from your company and manage more accounts for you. That shows an agency owner that you know how to make money for the agency. You're bringing clients to the door, not just asking to be paid. You're bringing people who are going to pay the agency. I think that's a clincher. So that would be a fun thing to do. And then finally, just explain to the agency owner that if you want to, and if you have the skill set, you can run in multiple roles. So you can manage AdWords accounts. You can manage 20, 30, 50 of them. You can train other people on AdWords. You can create content for the blog about Google AdWords to get them more traffic and customers. You can be on the sales side, signing up clients, being the client contact person. I think if you can show them that you know everything about AdWords and you can do all the multiple roles, you'll get hired. And as some of our listeners have shared with us in the past, they've told people that they've listened to 100 episodes of the Paid Search Podcast. Nick uses that as a selling point when he was looking for a job in New York City. He told people about the Paid Search Podcast. And Chris, believe it or not, one of the interviewers he told about the show said, oh, that's cool, I listened to it too. So showing people you're engaged in the industry, not just with our show, but you read all the blogs, you've read the books, you're up to date. I think that helps as well. Stewart, am I going to hire you? No, you got to go find somewhere else. But I think all this stuff will help.
Yeah, sorry, neither one of us are hiring, but there are plenty of people are. I tell you, Jason, if you've listened to 107, 108 episodes, I would say print yourself up a nice Paid Search Podcast certification, because I think you have now, once you've reached that over 100 club, you are now Paid Search Podcast certified. I think we should have that graphic. Why don't you go ahead and create that, Jason? Because why
don't you create a polo shirt that you sent to me that you showed me a clip on YouTube? If people Google embroidery Paid Search Podcast on YouTube, if they search that, they'll see my shirt being made, a nice polo shirt with our logo.
Yeah,
that was 2 months ago, Chris. What the hell happened, bro? Where's my shirt?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know, the U.S. Post Office is a complicated system. But thanks, guys, for watching.
Where's my shirt?
Listening to the Paid Search Podcast. You too can send in your questions at paidsearchpodcast.com. Jason is angry, as always. He's leaving the room. I'll show you guys on YouTube.
Where's my shirt? Where's my shirt?
His empty seat. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.